What's up guys, Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to Daily Dose of Transfer Gossip. And today it's going to be Friday the 4th of August. And it's safe to say that yesterday as well as today it's going to go down in football history because the biggest transfer of all time, it went through. But we'll cover that in just a moment. So before we get started, as always, you can show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. Remember, 1,000 likes is the title for today's video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to press that subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press the notification tab next to it to receive notifications about my videos. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question today is pretty much yesterday's one, but how much do you think Cristiano Ronaldo would be worth in today's market? But let me know your answers down below in the comments section. But now, let's jump on to confirmed deals. The very first one, you're probably thinking, Ross, why is Frank Lampard there? He's officially retired, but technically, he did transfer to a company. And he's now teaming up the likes of Rio Ferdinand, Steven Gerrard and many other former players to become a pundit for BT Sport. And next though, we've got Ivan Toney going to Wigan on loan from Newcastle United for the season. Here's it followed by Robert Pierre, a centre-back from Spain going to Levante from Deportivo La Coruña, again on a loan deal for the season. And then we've got one in the Bundesliga, this time it's Valentino LAZARO, a young Austrian player going to Hertha Berlin from Red Bull Salzburg in Austria on a loan deal for the season as well. Another one in the Bundesliga is going to a defender called Rick van Drongelen going to Hamburg from Sparta Rotterdam for £2.55 million. Another centre-back on the move is going to Ragnar Sigurdsson going to Rubin Kazan in Russia from Fulham on a loan deal for the season. A lot of loans today in fact. And then we move on to Fernando going from Man City to Galatasaray for a fee. Apparently it's like 4.3 to 4.5 million pounds. And the last couple of years not really done much for City to be fair. And he's now arrived in Turkey to complete his move. But that's not only player Galatasaray signed yesterday, it also completed the signing, the official signing now of Papa and DA. It wasn't a work for a fair amount of time, but now it's all official from Osmanlıspor for €7.5 million. And before that was a target for West Ham United. But now the next one, it took a long time to go through as well, a very long time in fact, and that's Kelechi Iheanacho going to Leicester City. He's joined them from Manchester City for £25 million, and to be fair, it's a wise choice by all parties because City, they get a good fee out of him, Leicester get a good striker, and Iheanacho mainly, he gets first team opportunities again. He was getting a fair amount of game time at City the season before last, but last season in particular, especially when Gabriel Jesus came in, they were pretty much gone. But like I said before, it's a £25 million fee. There's a buyback clause apparently worth 50 mil as a 5-year contract for him. And I believe for Leicester, he's wearing the number 8 shirt. But now we got to a massive one, the world record transfer of Neymar going to Paris Saint-Germain from Barcelona. It's absolutely nuts. Honestly, at first, when I first saw this rumour about a week and a half ago, I was completely doubting it. I wasn't understanding why he'd made the move, but now I somewhat understand why he has. A lot of people are saying he's come out of the shadow of Messi now to become his own player and potentially push on for a Ballon d'Or. We'll get into that side of it in just a moment though, but the fee is a record fee of €222 million, obviously his release clause from Barca, and if you were to convert that amount of euros right now into pounds at the current exchange rate, it works out as £200.6 million. So over £110 million more than Manchester United paid for Paul Pogba last summer. And last year, a lot of us thought the fee itself is absolutely astronomical and it'd take years to beat that, but no, 1 year later, it's been more than doubled. He has signed a 5-year contract until 2022. The overall details of that, by the way, after tax, is £515,000 per week, £73,571 a day, £3,065 an hour, and £51 a minute. So about every 90 seconds or so, Neymar could buy 12,000 FIFA points and not even notice it. He posted a video on Instagram and also social media basically saying bye to Barca, thank you to Barca, and in particular, thank you to Messi. He said that Messi is the greatest athlete he's ever seen and probably the best he'll ever see. There's actually a quote from Neymar himself on the PSG website saying, "PSG's ambition attracted me to the club, along with the passion and the energy this brings." And Pastore has given up his number 10 shirt to give to Neymar, and PSG have called a press conference at the stadium for 12:30 where they'll fully unveil Neymar. It's a very strange yet exciting time for football because Neymar for 200 mil, that could change transfers for a long time. There was a bit of controversy about the deal itself or how it would be paid because La Liga, I mentioned in yesterday's video, they were refusing to take the money from PSG. But instead now PSG and Neymar's lawyers have paid the €222 million to Barca, and La Liga did not want to accept the money because in quotations, it's an illegal transaction. And at the end of Barca's statement saying Neymar's release clause has been paid, we will forward to UEFA the deal details to determine the disciplinary action that may result from this case. It does seem to have worked out okay for now, but technically speaking, because the way release clauses work in La Liga in particular, Neymar was a free agent for a little bit. because I think the player and the club actually pay out the contract itself, meaning they don't actually play for a club anymore, but straight after that he signed a 5-year deal with PSG. And the final part about Neymar today is that from Get French Football, they found a tweet from 2012 saying the keeper saying that Neymar sees PSG as a possible destination in the future. And now 5 years later it's a reality as the world's most expensive footballer. But let's move on to potential deals. The very first one is that one for Tottenham, who so far been very slow in the transfer window, but according to Sky Sports today, Tottenham are set to make their first signing of the summer, the capture of Southampton goalkeeper Paulo Gazzaniga. I believe last season it was outloaned to the Spanish team, and in regards to playing for Southampton, very rare. But of course Pochettino has worked with him before at Southampton, so possibly that could be why. Next up we got on to Giovanni Simeone, also linked to Spurs today. According to Daily Mirror, Tottenham are interested in Genoa for Giovanni Simeone, the 22-year-old son of Atletico Madrid manager Diego Simeone. No fears been mentioned in the article, just says that, very short and sweet. Next up we go on to Demarai Gray. A couple of days ago apparently held talks with Leicester City and they seem to go quite well for Leicester, apparently wants to stay, but according to Sky Sports yesterday, Bournemouth have made an offer of £20 million for the Leicester City winger and it was rejected. Leicester have got a stance he's not for sale this summer and will probably reject any more offers. And next up, according to reports in Italy, Valencia have submitted a €36 million joint offer for Jeffrey Kondogbia as well as his Inter teammate Jason Murillo. In regards to Murillo, the rumours last week were saying Valencia are very much interested, but Kondogbia, that's quite a new one. And keep on the topic of Jeffrey Kondogbia, by the way, if you haven't seen his own goal against Chelsea a couple of days ago in pre-season, I would recommend looking it up because it's one of the finest own goals you'll ever see. He managed to lob his own goalkeeper from like 40 odd yards. And next up, a very short one according to Sunderland Echo, they're saying that Sunderland are set to sell the 29-year-old Dutchman Jeremy Lons after agreeing a fee of £4.5 million with Besiktas. He was playing in Turkey anyway last season for Fenerbahce, and by the looks of it, had a very solid season. Next up we go on to Chris Wood, also linked to Besiktas. It's a pretty strange one according to the Daily Mirror today. They say Turkish champions Besiktas have joined the race, the £20 million race by the way, for Leeds United striker Chris Wood. Now do I believe this? I'm not 100% convinced because 20 mil, it does seem pretty extortionate. And they did sign Alvaro Negredo back on Wednesday, so maybe this one, it won't be happening. Then we've gone to Moussa Sissoko from Tottenham, and again a very short one today according to Evening Chronicle, Spurs midfielder Sissoko is in talks over a possible loan move to Turkish side Trabzonspor. They signed him 1 year ago from Newcastle for a fee of like £30 million, and to be honest, one of the worst Premier League seasons you'll see. He was that bad last season that Tottenham fans were joking they want a refund for him. It's probably quite safe to say that his Spurs career is gone now, and for 30 mil last summer, that's a massive panic signing. But going out on loan next season could do a world of good, get his confidence back in more first team football, as before at Newcastle he wasn't great, but for France at Euro 2016, he was pretty solid for a couple of games. And next up, according to BBC Sport, Swansea City are interested in signing West Brom's Nacer Chadli. Now, Gylfi Sigurdsson fully expected to join Everton this weekend for like £50 million, and Nacer Chadli, it's not a bad replacement. I imagine the fee itself would be like 25 to 30 mil, they haven't actually mentioned that by the way, but about half what they get for Gylfi Sigurdsson. And now according to the Telegraph, Jack Wilshere wants to stay at Arsenal and try to salvage his career at the Premier League club. So far this transfer window he's planning to move to Italy, to Sampdoria, and move to Turkey with Antalyaspor, and also West Ham United. And I've said it before about Jack Wilshere that when he actually plays, he's a solid player, but his injury record is absolutely atrocious. It's like my frustration being a Liverpool fan with Daniel Sturridge because when he plays and when he's actually fit, he's so damn good, but most of the time he's injured and can't really contribute to the team. For example, when Liverpool played Bayern Munich a couple of days ago in the Audi Cup, he went through 1-on-1, chipped the goalkeeper, but at the same time, he managed to injure himself. Luckily it's nothing serious, but still you get my point, it's very frustrating. Next up we got to Ivan Perisic, a massive Manchester United target this summer, but according to the Daily Express today, Manchester United reportedly given up on trying to sign Inter Milan's Ivan Perisic. It was dragging on for such a long time, and United, they may have some kind of alternative up their sleeve, but right now, they may start giving Martial more game time, as to be fair, what I've seen of him had a very solid pre-season. And now according to Tuttosport in Italy, Juventus have reignited their interest in Atletico Madrid defender Jose Jimenez, and they've held talks with his agent. I may be wrong here by the way, so if I am, I do apologise, but I think last season, he was Atletico's third choice centre-back. But Juventus is still trying to replace Bonucci, who went off to AC Milan for €40 million, and Jimenez, he might be available. And this next one is taken from the Goal.com website, but no source was put on there. But it does say that Arturo Vidal wants to return to Italy after reaching an agreement with Inter Milan. He was rumoured to go to Inter Milan a couple of days ago, but Ancelotti, who's having none of it, he said he's not for sale. And again, the fact that Goal.com didn't put any source on there, I'm not fully convinced. Next up, we've gone to Gareth Bale, and according to Daily Express today, first up, they are saying that Real Madrid star Gareth Bale has threatened to join Manchester United if Zinedine Zidane fails to play him more. And Marca in Spain has said that Zidane believes that the club must sell winger Gareth Bale if they had to sign Monaco's 18-year-old forward, Kylian Mbappe. And who knows, Bale to Manchester United, it could be their alternative to Ivan Perisic. Next up, we've gone to Ousmane Dembele, and here's linked to 3 different clubs today. The very first one though is according to Independent. While Barca want to sign Juventus' Paulo Dybala, they're more likely to move for Dortmund's Ousmane Dembele. Obviously he'd be the replacement for Neymar, and the fee, probably about £100 million or so. I imagine Dortmund would accept that. And now according to AS, Real Madrid are considering a move for Dembele. And the final one is from Sky Sports Transfer Centre, which says Arsenal have reportedly failed in a bid to sign the Borussia Dortmund Frenchman. So you've got Barcelona, Real Madrid and Arsenal all trying to get him. Barca are probably favourites by quite some distance because of the Neymar situation. A lot of cash to spend, and Dembele, the perfect replacement in my opinion. And in fact, yesterday, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang retweeted something. It's an interview with Dembele in 2016, where he says he'd like to play for Barcelona. I'm not sure why he retweeted that, but either way, Dembele has talked about Barca before. The final one today is that going to Mbappe again. It's pretty much an update from what I said yesterday. So on Wednesday night, L'Equipe just said that Mbappe has told Monaco he wants to leave this summer. But yesterday, according to Goal.com as well as Sport, Barca have made contact with Mbappe. It's a deal that makes sense now, given the Neymar situation. So they may have got £200 million out of Neymar, but they may have to spend most of that if they want to get Mbappe. That's why personally I can't see it happening this summer. Next summer, if he carries it on, I think one team, they'll definitely take the plunge and spend the money. His idol is Cristiano Ronaldo, and apparently he prefers Real Madrid, but still if Barca come calling, he may accept that. But that is going to be the final one for today's video. So as always, if you enjoyed it, show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. Remember, 1,000 likes is the target for today's video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press the notifications tab next to it to receive notifications about my videos. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question of the day, how much do you think Cristiano Ronaldo is worth in today's market? So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.